And okay, we're having that glitch again. We'll see if the intro will start this time. And welcome to another exciting adventure on the energy that surrounds us. I'm your host, Michael, and I would just like to say I don't know why I had the glitch with the intro. It's been happening lately since they updated StreamYard, so may have something to do with that. But thankfully it played, so I'm not going to dwell on that, and we are going to proceed to move forward. And tonight's guest is honestly making her third or fourth appearance on the show, and I am so grateful to have her on. She is an amazing guest, has amazing stories and experiences that I cannot wait to get into. So, in that regard, I am going to turn it over to the one, the only, amazing extraordinaire, Jami Lee Mayfield.
Oh, Michael. Thank you. I'm Jamie, and my husband and I have a place called The Healing Place in McLeod, California, and it's at the base of Mount Shasta. And we've done some pretty neat work out here. We came out here in 2018, and we do CE5 events, and we're both hypnotherapists, and I'm also a medium, and do a lot of different spirit work. And yeah, I'm happy to be here.
And I can attest, she is amazing at what she does.
Thank you, Michael. So you guys don't know, but I'm not able to see Michael on the screen. I'm able to only see my pictures. So I'm going to be very focused on seeing the picture. Honestly, it happened this way for a reason, for me to tune into it and share. I feel like right now it's just so important for me to share all the information that I've received because I know that it's going to really help others. And our Starlink here might be delayed due to all these flares. So bear with us.
And with that, I'm going to bring the photos up on screen. So here we go.
All right. So the first one, this is an orange ship. And I remember when I saw this, I said, oh my gosh, I haven't seen an orange one before. And it was a summer night quite a few years ago. It was about 3 years ago. And I went outside on my bedroom deck and I couldn't sleep. So I went outside to connect, and Corey was already in bed sleeping. And I see this beautiful orange light right above the tree line. And it's just slowly gliding. And I just remember looking at it, going, oh, wow, it's orange. That's the first orange I've seen. And then going into the bedroom, totally calm, totally fine, and getting into bed. And as I get into bed, I see this. This beautiful, bright, flowing ball of light is right by my bed. This is actually my room. I had to create these pictures because I feel like it's just so nice to have a picture with the experience. So the thing about the ChatGPT picture is that this little being, it didn't look exactly like this. It had a much longer head, translucent, with smaller eyes, very kind, and I just felt so much peace. I mean, so much peace. This ball of light just comes in very slowly right through the window and just is glowing, and you could see it move. And I'm just like, wow, that's beautiful. And then all of a sudden, I start to get paralyzed and I can't move my fingers. I can't do anything. And I remember being so mad that they would do this. They would paralyze me because I was like, I wasn't even scared. Why would you do that? Now I understand why. And I'm going to share that with you guys because it's a lot. So after I have been doing some deep dives, especially this year, on my experiences, I really wanted to go into this experience and find out what happened because I know something happened. So I went into it, and this beautiful being, I'm in the ship and I see this big screen. Actually, it's a ship with a big window, and we're up in the universe above Earth and looking down on Earth. And this being is so kind. I could see the side of its profile. And I just remember, very tall, just remember feeling, oh my gosh, you're so kind. I had no fear, like no fear at all. And I'm looking down at Earth and I'm seeing all events. And I don't want to impose any fear because that's not what this is about. But I have to say what I said or what I saw. As I'm looking down on Earth, I see these sinkholes. I see this sun and it's impacting the Earth. And it didn't feel like it was anything scary. It didn't feel like it was anything catastrophic. But I saw these Earth kind of like jump out of itself and formulate into two. And I was like, okay, that's wow. I'm just taking it all in. And they said that I am to share. I am to share my experiences, and I am to share without having any censors, I just have to be raw and honest. And it's taken me pretty far. And after that experience, I came back into my body and I realized I passed the test. I didn't have any fear this time, which in my life, being an experiencer, my life's been full of fear when it comes to these experiences. I was always very scared of the unknown. But in this, no fear at all. I've come a long way. So now I'm going to go ahead. Do you have any questions, Michael?
No questions, but this photo of the window, it's to me is interesting that your window and then their image looks like another window for them. So it's like a window within a window
Yeah.
where your could be looking out, but the blinds are closed and they're looking in.
Yeah, that's cool. That's neat. I could see how you could see that. Hmm. It was beautiful. It really was. I mean, even with all the catastrophic events, and I've seen this along the way many times. I see these often, these events, and I never really speak about them because I don't think that's as important, to be honest. I think we need to move out of the fear and learn how to connect to our hearts and know ourselves so deeply that we aren't faced by all the outside action, by all the chaos. And that's how I felt on the ship, and that's how I feel when I'm connecting to them. I feel like I shouldn't worry about these things at all. And I know how that sounds, but that's how it feels. So
I'm,
now, oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I was just thinking about when you said you saw the sinkholes when you were looking down.
Yeah.
I wonder if those were really sinkholes or if they were like the um, what's the best word for it? A energetic visualization of where the fear is going. That it's sucking it in.
I like that. Um, in my experience, they were actual sinkholes. I actually saw tsunamis. I saw the Statue of Liberty fallen. Um, but I feel like these events don't have to happen. I feel like we can change the timeline. I feel like I shouldn't be worried about this. So it really is important for me to not instill any fear in others, but to ask them to go within. And this is what I like to say because I live in California, base of Mount Shasta. Right here, we have a volcano. We have the coastline. It's far, but still, you know, a lot of my family lives in the East Bay. So earthquakes are going to happen. I'm also studying to be a Vedic astrologer, and I've been studying for years. It takes a really long time. But in school, we're trained and we're being taught how to predict these things. And yeah, we're going to have some pretty tremendous earthquakes. In fact, they should be happening right now, and they are, but it's going to be bad. Um, I just always like to share with others to trust their intuition and connect, connect so that they know these things. And if they get a feeling that they need to leave, trust it. Just go. It doesn't even matter if it doesn't happen. Just do it. Just listen. Um,
I have a thought for you.
yeah.
As you're talking about going within and letting go of the fear, when we're talking about these big earthquakes that are coming, could that be like if we stay in the way of fear, the big earthquakes will come because we're manifesting them? Whereas if we let go of the fear, will it lessen or dissipate the earthquake so it isn't noticeable?
I like to believe that's true. I really do. I like to believe that what we put our energy to into grows. So if we're constantly thinking about these catastrophic events, we're actually putting energy into that. So we don't want to do that. We really don't. We want to be aware, but we don't want to cook it up. We don't want to put our energy into that at all. So you're right. You're very right. Yeah. Do you want me to go to the next picture? darn. I guess we're. Are we back?
It looks like they don't want to leave the screen. They're enjoying their screen time.
Are we good now?
We can hear you, but
You can't see me?
I can see you. The image just hasn't switched yet.
Oh. Well, that's okay. Are we good now?
Now it did.
Okay. All right. We just went dark. All right. So this is an experience that I had without even knowing. And I have the video, but we can't really share the video while we're doing this. This is one I haven't talked about yet with any of my group Zooms or anything. So nobody really knows about this one except for people in the group, but not in detail. So I live in Marin at this time when I took this video, and I'm downstairs, and this is the hallway into the spare bedroom. And I am just taking a video because I have this feeling that something is down there. And I say, you know what? Show yourself. In my mind, show yourself. I want to see my phone, and I start the video. Nothing's there. I don't see anything on my phone at all the entire time that I filmed this. It wasn't even till probably a year later that I even knew this even existed. And nobody was in that spare room. Nobody. Are we still connected, Michael?
We are.
Okay, good. So I'm taking the video and I put it down. So probably a year later, I go and I look, and it's this shadow being. And what you don't see is how it just throws its arm out. It throws its arm out, and you could see the side of its body. And I went, oh my gosh. I always felt so many, just such heavy energy in that room. And I had a pretty wicked neighbor at the time, and she was throwing out some pretty dark stuff. She was a channeler and just did some dark stuff. So I wasn't surprised feeling these feelings when I was there. I was constantly having to protect myself. But this was a really interesting experience. And if anybody wants to see the video, just message me and I'll show it to you because it's pretty neat. Do you have any questions on this, Michael?
Well, my one question is my paranormal mind is trying to figure this out is, are we looking at on the right side a wall and then a doorway and then the wall and there's not where he's at is a straight wall, or is there a part of that wall that goes back and he actually is in full form, but we only see this because of the angle?
Exactly right. So to the left is the door of the spare bedroom, and I'm in the hallway and filming this. And straight ahead is the window with the curtain. And to the right, where this guy is, right behind him would be the bed. And so, yeah, he just like pops out. Yeah, I was pretty mad when I saw this video, to be honest, because I knew that I felt it, but it wasn't showing itself. And I don't like it when these dark shadow beings mess with me. It really, now I understand them a whole lot more, but it's never fun. It's never fun.
It's very interesting, and it is. I mean, I can clearly see the arm and the side of his body, but what's interesting is there's no hand. It's like you don't see fingers.
Exactly. I was thinking,
And he chooses not to show his head for some reason.
yep. And this is also very different from the shadow beings that I've seen because look how small the arm is. Now I've seen some shadow beings that are cloaked. I've seen ones that like the Hat Men. I've seen big shadow figures with really thick features, like thick arms, just big mass, you know. But you could totally tell it's shaped like a human, but it's big and big mass, you know. This is like, yeah, this is this is creepy. I mean, they're all, you know, but this one, I didn't like this one at all.
Well, what's even more interesting is I just enlarged the screen. I can see the outline where his leg is bow legged almost
Yeah, yeah,
in front of the bed. So he actually is not on the bed like it originally looked like in the distance. He is actually physically standing in front of it,
yep, totally.
like a cowboy almost, because that's who I think of when I see
Oh,
that bow legged effect.
yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, it wasn't anything nice. I still haven't tuned into it, to be honest. I haven't. I haven't even thought about it. I've got too much on my plate. I just didn't even think about it. I probably should, but I haven't really looked into this one yet.
Well, actually, if you had a bad feeling there, why bring it to where you are now?
Yeah,
Let it stay where it is.
very true. Very true. Moving on. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, so this one. This one? So I've learned along the way that in my personal experience, I don't want to foo foo anybody else's, but in my personal experience, when I have a one on one experience with a shadow being like this one, I have a contract with it. It's here to teach me a lesson. And sometimes I have to learn lessons the hard way rather than the easy way. And I try not to. I really try not to. But this being was at the foot of my bed here. This is my room here. Um, and I'm by myself. And it's just between that twilight, right when you're waking up, just enough for me to really feel and remember everything. This being shows up and he takes me. I say he because it feels masculine, but he takes me by my ankles and he pulls me down in my bed. And I'm so mad. I'm like, what are you doing? How dare you? How dare you? And I say, God, help me. Jesus, help me. Please help me. Thinking that would just poof, make him go away. It didn't. It wasn't until I found the power within myself to say, with absolute just fierceness, the God was within me. Leave. I command you. I command you to leave. It left so fast. So fast. I woke up. I went, oh my gosh, totally sweating. And yeah, never have I called out for help like that again. Not in that way, especially dealing with a shadow being. It's me, 100%. And I've learned, not to call out, to trust the God within myself, the God spark within myself, because I have the power. And that's what it was here to teach me. Isn't that neat?
That's a really cool lesson to learn. And before you mentioned that it grabbed your ankles, I was thinking, this looks like the ghost of Christmas Future
Yeah, totally.
from the Christmas Carol. And I was like, okay. And then when you mentioned that, I was like, okay, now I'm getting more of a Harry Potter feel.
The Dementors.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Oh my gosh. I really liked how they ChatGPT helped me create this because it really was what I saw. They did a great job. Yeah. Or it did a great job. If you use AI, for me, I was really against AI because, that's just how I am. But I've learned that, it's really dependent on the person using it. So I use it for good. So I don't feel bad about it. Um, but yeah, that was an experience that I'm never going to need to learn twice. Never. Nope.
I love those lessons.
Totally. All right. So this is a tough one. This is a beautiful. Um, gosh, I see this picture and I'm really glad that I made these pictures because it really allows me to feel everything like it was just yesterday when it happened. So this is Light as Feather, and he's a being that I've met here on this land um, quite a few years ago, and it was a big surprise to me to see him this way. This is my front door, and he shows up at my front door, and this is once again between the waking and the dream state, right as I'm about to wake up, so that I remember it and it's so vivid. He comes to me, and I've never seen him in a hood before. He always comes to me and he's got this beautiful braids, and you know, he's never looked like this before. But this time he had a hood on, and he looks just as this one does, and he's got his hands cupped with two sparrows in his hands. And these two sparrows fly in my home. And he looked at me and he said, "There will be two." So I wake up and I said, "Oh my gosh, thank you, Light as Feather. There will be two." And so I knew what this meant, but I looked it up. And Native Americans believe that the sparrows in the home, that's a death, and a rebirth in the afterlife. And about 6 months later, my grandfather and my best friend, Kimmy, transitioned within 4 hours apart. I'm not even kidding. He knew that I needed to. I like it when these beings earn my trust. It's very important to me. So Light as Feather has earned my trust completely. Completely.
Wow. And as you know me, my heart and my show's heart gives its condolences to you and to your friends and family.
Thank you. It was, that's unheard of, really. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, this is just. But this just speaks volumes of the connections that I have here with these beings. It's real. It's, oh my gosh, it's deep. I mean, I wouldn't even be who I am today without all of this help that I receive. I didn't bring any tissues, and I wish I would have, but it's okay. So I do want to share that later on, years later, well, not years, but at least a while later, he comes to me, and this time, this is just as I'm in this, I was awake, and he comes to me, and I see him in my mind, and he says, and it's one sparrow, and he said, "This one will be close to your heart." And I said, "Oh no." And I knew what he meant. I didn't know who it was going to be because I didn't want to, think about it. But I trust him. I knew he was telling me something, and I knew I had to listen and believe him. And it was my daughter. It was my daughter. And before I go on to the next picture, I think the most important thing that I need to share about that is after she transitioned, he came to me again, and he had a sparrow that was dead in his hands, his cupped hands. And he looked at me, and this sparrow started breathing, came alive, and then flew right up and he wanted me to he wanted to tell me, I guess he wanted to experience this with me, like, because I knew it. We never die, we go on. And it was something that I deeply felt within me, him speaking to me, saying, look, we never die. And that just touched me. Oh my gosh, totally touched me. So I honor him very much. And so, before I move on, do you have any questions about that?
No questions, just I kind of felt that was your daughter when you were
Yeah.
talking about it. And what amazes me is you talk about this connection that you have with Mount Shasta. And, you know, a lot of people can easily say, yes, I'm connected to this. I'm, feeling this. But to see what you're
Yeah.
experiencing and hearing your story, it's like this is a connection unlike any I've ever heard of.
It's,
And it's like you have become one with the land and you both are like a symbiotic relationship.
what it feels like. That's what it feels like. I'm gonna have to get up. Excuse me. I'm gonna have to get up and get some tissue, and I wish I would have done that. I should have known better. So hold on, real fast.
No, go ahead. And
I should have prepared.
Lady Delta Moon, we will try to show some of the mountain, but yes, and we will talk about the Shasta connection.
Yeah. Okay. You know, I think I'm still gonna. These emotions, they're always gonna be there, and I feel like it's important to keep them. To be honest, because uh, what I'm the love that I feel right now. These aren't sad tears. It's this just gratitude. It's so much gratitude. And I really wanted to share that's what my heart feels in these moments when I share these experiences. It's just so much love and so much gratitude I have for them for helping me so much. So, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have the emotions because as much as we awaken and grow, we're still human at our core. So we're gonna feel.
Yeah. I feel I used to be so guarded with my emotions. I used to feel like, oh, I can handle anything. And now I just feel like I'm just putty. I feel like my heart is just so open. Um, I feel like I say I love you to more people than I've ever said in my life. And I say it effortlessly, so freely. I just feel such a deep connection to others and to life. Um, and
Welcome to the new energies.
yeah, that's what it is, really. It really, yeah, it's kind of just busted me wide open, to be honest. So I'm grateful for it, all of it. Even all the bad, I have to be grateful for it because it's gotten me to where I am and I'm able to spiritually understand what I've experienced throughout all of the traumas and painful traumas and the loss of my loved ones. Yeah, for sure.
You, I love the synchronicity of how you and I work because what you're talking about right now, I literally just wrote about in my new book and saying, like, we talk about, if we had time travel, how we'd go back and fix all of our mistakes or undo a lot of the pain. And I go and I make the point of, if you undo your pain, you're undoing what other people experienced in that moment as well. It's not just you. But also be aware who you return to may not be who you are, because the good and the bad we experience forged us into who we are.
So true. So true, Michael. That's beautiful. And there is no such thing as coincidences. That's for sure. Hmm. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the next. This is Brookie, my daughter. My beautiful daughter.
I see a lot of you in her.
She, oh my gosh, we were, I don't even want to say were because we are best friends. Like, um, she was my right hand gal. And she always comes to my right now and holds my hand. And she's just amazingly, she's just been there for me so much. Like, I'm consistently blown away how much she makes her presence known and how she talks to me every single day. And I thank God. She I thank God that I am designed the way that I am and I came in being a medium because, it just it's a blessing, but I also love to teach it to others. You don't have to be born like this. I feel like everybody has this in them if they desire it.
Exactly.
But yeah, she's my world. Still, she's my world. And the cool thing is that all the spirit work that we do and we do here, she was involved in. She grew up with me going and taking spirit pictures. And what I would do is I would go to all these crazy haunted hotels around California and we would do EVP recordings and take spirit photography. And I'd take all of her friends with us. And we just spent so many years doing this together. And she was here when Beyond Skinwalker Ranch was here. I begged her. I was like, Brooke, please, please come on camera with me. You've got so many amazing stories and experiences. She saw an ET being in the laundry room right here. She's just, she's completely connected. And yeah, but she was like, no, Mom, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. So I said, all right. Now I wish, even more that she would have. But yeah, that's Brooke. That's her. And she's it's so funny because she really loved World of Warcraft. And so sometimes, like when she first left, she would show up as a night elf. She'd have those night elf ears, and she'd be like, Mom, look what I can do. And oh, it was so awesome. Oh, it was so awesome. Yeah.
You can't see it, but I'm kind of smiling and laughing at the comment of
Yeah.
of the elf ears, because I'm like, I even zoomed in and I was like, she's got elfish features to
Yeah.
her.
Yeah. Gosh. Yeah. She loved that night elf, that World of Warcraft. She just loved it. I would take her out of school whenever Harry Potter movies would come out and get released. I'd say, okay, it's getting released today. I'll pick you up at 11. And we'd go have a Harry Potter day. Like, that's just how we rolled. She was my sidekick. She was my best friend. She was my everything. So, yeah. And that's why she's still here, too. It feels like, our connection just has gotten stronger in so many ways because she's able to tell me things. Like, she tells me what's coming. And I'll give you an example. And I'm not going to talk about the TV shows, but just last week, probably a week before, she says, Mom, 2. And I said, 2 TV shows? She's all 2. She'd like to put her hands right in my face. When she really wants me to focus and listen to her, she gets right up in my face. And I said, okay, there'll be 2. And then, yeah, sure enough, 2. So everything she says happens, and it's amazing. So I have, she's another guide now. So it's
You know, I can't help but think too, because some of the people may be watching this on a TV screen, that even if it is one TV show, you're on 2 TVs with this episode. So she still is correct.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my goodness. All right, we'll go to the next one. All right, so here's going to be something that I haven't shared with anybody, well, publicly. And I really wanted to be raw tonight and just be open because I'm writing a book and it's all going to come out anyways. So Brooke was staying with me for a couple months before she left. Um, she was having a problem with pills. And she had anxiety, and these pills would make her feel like she could do anything and be who she wanted to be, right? And she knew how she didn't grow up this way, she knew what I felt about it because I'm completely holistic. Um, I don't take any pharmaceuticals, and I live off the land, grow my own herbs and all that. So she knows, and for the most part, that's what she did. She was organic, she was holistic too, but these pills got her. And so she was here, and I was helping her heal from the attachments that she had. Um, One of the big things that I have worked with for 20 years is spirit attachments. And I got my advanced certification in spirit releasement therapy. So she was here. We were releasing some spirits that were attached because she was having thoughts that weren't her own. So she was very well versed in this realm, knew exactly what she was doing. And yeah, so one night, December 3rd, 2023, she tells me that she wants to move to her best friend Anicia's, and that she feels like she's okay and she's good. And I said, well, Brooke, you're not, because we haven't even done the deep hypnotherapy work. We haven't done the deep spirit work yet. You still have this attachment. I feel it. And I know that you're not ready to go. And she said, Mom, it's what I want. And I feel like we can do this online. You can still, see me all the time online, and we could have sessions and we'll remove it then. So I was pretty upset with what she had said. And when I get upset, I go outside and I beat on my drum and I call upon all the beings of light to help me. And so that's what I did tonight in this picture. I started connecting to the natives and all the beings that I connect to, and I was crying. I mean, I just felt, I knew, my soul knew what was happening, My soul knew that if she left, that would be the last time I'd see her. So I was really upset. And so I took a picture. I started snapping pictures, asking for beings to make their presence known, to show me what I needed to see. And here's the picture that I took. Can you see it pretty good, Michael?
I can, yeah. And
with you every once in a while, just so I know I don't freeze up on my my internet connection.
I'm seeing a couple of things, and I'm curious if you saw them.
Tell me.
Well, what I'm seeing is the ET, obviously in the upper right corner.
Yeah.
But below him looks to be an eye looking at you.
Oh, really?
There seems to be like this dark patch with a dot in it. And it looks like a roof hatch, maybe. But when I'm looking at it, it looks like an eye.
Wow. I'm not able to see it on my screen. But I don't doubt it because there's so many beings that were out. There's so many beings in this picture. It's not just one, but they really wanted me to see this one. It was as though they said, see what you're up against.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if it'd be mirror for you. So it would be, because I'm looking at it at the right, it might be the left for you.
Oh, okay. It's a right for me. I could see the big,
Because you see the big whitish looking.
yeah, to the right.
Yeah, just directly below it, but above between the ground and him
Okay.
is where it looks like the eye.
Okay. When we get off, you'll have to circle it for me. I'm not seeing it too much. But honestly, we know how these things work. When you see something, it's meant to be. It's for
Right.
you. So I don't doubt it one bit, but I can't see it on my screen. My main focus is really, I don't know, it was always on this being. It didn't even matter what other beings were there. It was like this one, it's like they said, look.
And that's the house in the middle, right?
That's my house. And it was looking
Yeah.
straight into the house where she is. So what I did was I got into the house, looked on my camera, saw this being right on my camera, and I went straight to her room and I said, Brooke Taylor, I want to show you something. Look at this. And she said, oh, that doesn't look good. I said, no, it doesn't. And it's staring right in this house where you are. And you just told me you wanted to leave. You're not ready to leave. And she didn't say anything. And I went into the bedroom and I was just like so upset because I knew,
Yeah.
I knew. So, yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. Grace to be me 988 says
Tools.
she sees it. It's black with a dot of light in the middle of it.
Okay, wait. Right here? Can you see my
Yeah,
arrow? Okay, right here.
that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
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 It looks like an eye looking.
Okay. Yeah. Hmm. All right. Does anybody have any more questions on this one?
Grace says yes, there. So
Thanks, Jules.
Grace saw it, and my friend Molly saw it too. So now
Oh,
you've seen it. So
nice. All right. On to the next. Okay. So after Brooke leaves her body, this is January, and Corey is reading at this time. I bought this book before Brooke left, and I had Corey read it to me, the UFO of God book from Chris Bledsoe. And I don't know why. I mean, I did everything I could to like get my mind off of it, and I knew that I couldn't. First of all, drink any alcohol. I can't drink. I knew that I couldn't. I had to deal with this totally sober. Every soul level, I couldn't escape from this pain.
Jamie,
Yeah.
you kind of dropped out. So we
Oh,
heard you had to do it sober,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
then you came in talking about something else. So we missed a little
Thank you.
bit of that.
Thank you. Um, I knew that I couldn't escape. I couldn't escape these emotions. I knew I couldn't escape this trauma. I knew that my soul needed to handle this completely sober in every way. I took valerian. Um, I couldn't take anything else. I found so much, uh, so much help in Chris Bledsoe's book for some reason. Um, and I think it was because he's had experiences like me, although his experiences, weren't since he was a kid. His experience, he's suffered a lot, and these beings that he's connected to, I relate to, I understand. So I couldn't read, I couldn't even barely see because my eyes were just completely. Um, so Corey read to me every single night his book, and I was just, oh, it helped me so much. Oh, it helped me so much. So I go outside in January because it happened. She left this earth December 21st. well, the 20th, late the 20th. So in January, I go out and I'm taking these pictures and I'm connecting and I'm crying. And I'm saying, Brooke, show me yourself. You know how this works. She was already, showing me herself right away. I saw her on my couch and full body, right after it happened. And I should probably talk about how she connected to me right after. Like that night, she left this earth December 20th, late at night. And that night, I heard her and I kicked that out of my mind. I kicked her out of my mind because I didn't want to believe it. So I said, no, 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 this is trickster energy. Go. I feel so bad about that now, or I did. But yeah, so she didn't say anything to me the rest of the morning. And I got the phone call around 8 a.m. Her best friend called me and told me, and I just dropped. But all I can do was try to help her. Like I had to help her. I felt like I just had to help her. And so I can hear her in my head just crying. I'm so sorry. 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 And she's crying. And it's like she's in my head. Like that's how loud she was. And so I would go to the bathtub. Since my kids were little, I never wanted them to feel my emotions. So I'd always go to the bathtub and I'd always release my emotions in the bathtub because I didn't want them to be upset, if I wanted to cry or needed to cry or whatever. So I would go in there. So the bathtub is like my healing place, really. I love water. So I'm in there and she's just, oh, I'm so sorry. And I said, honey, we have to remember what I said. And before when she was here, and I know this might sound really, but when she was here living and we would do hypnotherapy here on the couch, I would talk to her about what to expect. I felt like I needed to, I've lost so many loved ones that I know what it's like for a lot of them when they cross over. So don't go follow your body. Don't go to the autopsy because my other best friend that died when I was 30, she took me to her autopsy and I thought it was me and it was terrible. So I knew, do not follow your body. Let it go and, just try your best. And so she was in my head constantly because she was just so sad that what she did because she took the pill, knowing when she left, because she said, Mom, do a spread for me. I also am an intuitive reader. And I read her cards and I said, Brooke, we're still getting the death card. We're still getting the death card. It's not good. You got to stop. You got to stop. You're still not healed, and I just want you to understand that any pill that you put into your mouth, this is what's going to happen. So she knew, when she left that, whatever she put into her mouth it's going to be it. So, I go outside. I go outside and I take this picture and this is her in the plasma. All this plasma energy comes up and I work with plasma energy and it's energy you could see with your physical eyes and it looks like mist. And this mist comes in and it's intentional. It's conscious. The way that it moves is conscious because you could see it moving. Mist doesn't move like that. So this mist comes up and it's Brooke and you could see her two eyes, her long hair, and I'm just crying, going, wow, thank you, honey. Thank you, honey. I'm so glad. Because no matter how loud she is in my mind and how much I could see her in my third eye, those physical connections that I have with her are huge. I have to have those. So I connect to her, or she connects to me through her physical by her light body. So she shows up in my room all the time. Whenever I take my phone or iPad and I say, hey, Brooke, what are you doing? How are you? She'll come right up to the camera and give me a wiggle. It's like, hey, Brooke, I need answer to this question. Give me a circle if it's yes. Boom, circle. right away. It's awesome. Awesome. So this is just another way that she showed me, hey, Mom, I'm here with you. I'm okay in the physical. Do you have any questions?
That's really cool. And Grace 2B Me 988 says, I see two eyes and a face, but I see other faces of all sorts in this pic. And I actually counted 8 faces in the picture.
Yeah. There's also a Native American right to the left, too. Yeah, I could totally see. There's many. See, the thing is that with these beings, with the plasma energy, it takes a lot of energy to gather, to actually form into a body. And so she's got so much help. Everybody's helping her. So this isn't just one, this isn't just Brooke. This is many that are helping her be able to come into form like this. So yeah.
Did she like the Care Bears or teddy bears?
Uh I mean, I think she had like a Care Bear like stuff when she was a kid, but it was kind of like actually when she was like probably 12 or 11, preteen, just the funny stuff.
So the reason I asked that is when you look at I'm trying to picture it for you, the right side underneath the blue, like phase or image, right below it, towards the edge of the picture, there's a bear standing there.
Is there? Oh, wow. I can't see it. You're going to have to show me later. I don't think I could see it. I could see the native to the left, but that's about it.
I think he's right below the native.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It kind of looks like he has a heart on his belly.
You've got
That's
really.
why I was thinking Care Bears.
Oh, I see what you're talking about now. Yes, I would have. I never have noticed that. Yeah, I see it. I totally see it. Good eye. Goodness. You know what that is? That's Chloe. That's her dog that went missing years ago. Oh my gosh, that looks like Chloe. She spent the night at a friend's house. She was probably 13. And Chloe got out. She woke up and she wasn't there anymore. Chloe was her best friend. And we were devastated losing Chloe. And she just cried forever about that dog. We never found her. That's Chloe. Good eye, Michael.
Well, they found each other now.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I've seen it. I've seen her with Chloe, like, hey, Mom, I have Chloe. But I'd never noticed Chloe in this picture. So to me, this is Chloe. That's amazing. Wow. That's so cool. Thank you for that, Michael. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Go on to the next one.
And just FYI, we're approaching the hour.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
So I'm okay to go longer. I just wanted you to be aware time wise.
Thank you so much. I'm good with going longer. There's a few that I really want to share, but there's a few that I want to share. So half an hour, will you let me know? And I'll try to go fast.
That sounds good to me.
Okay, good. Okay, so this is a pretty important picture because this holds so much energy. And mind you, when I took this picture, I was in the middle of the book, UFO of God. The lady mother he is talking to, and I was connecting to so many beings, and I still connect to so many beings. And I decided I wanted to call out to this beautiful energy that is the lady mother. And I was right in front of the house, and I'm crying, and I'm opening my heart, and I said, Lady Mother, please show me your essence. I need you. I need your help. And I take this picture, and as I go like this, and I'm putting it up, I could see this ball of light, and just me, when we see that bright light, we kind of just automatically put our head down. So I was going like this, and I just take the picture, and then I look up and see what's on my little screen of the camera, and it's this. And this was just amazing. And so I like to tell others that they can feel her energy through this picture because that's what she told me. So whenever you need to feel that love within your heart, connect. And she's there. Some people need that physical.
Yeah, and what's interesting is I'm looking to the left of the big bright ball with that looks like a six with the tail going off to the
Oh,
right.
yeah.
But that fog next to it is I'm getting like three different images. Is there's a physical lady there, or there's like I almost want to say cheerleader because it looks like two pom poms in the air, but I'm thinking not a cheerleader.
You're gonna have we're gonna have to talk about this because I can't see what you're seeing just yet. But that's
Yeah.
awesome. I have a lot going on in this picture.
But it
I
also looks like a footprint.
really, that's awesome. There's so much going on in this picture, and I always just end up focusing on her, just the big energy.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't, but
Her head would be in the lower of the two like dots by the tree.
okay.
And that the mass as a whole there, that's what I'm talking about.
All right. I'll have to figure it out. I can't see it quite yet. But we'll go. Are we ready to go on to the next?
Yes.
I don't want to take up too much time. So this is Brookie's heart. She loves to give me hearts, straight up, no joke. This is a picture of a heart. I took it that same day that I took, the other ones. Beautiful, just amazing. She had help doing this too. See the beautiful purple and just the coloring, just gorgeous. All right, and here's another heart. Look at that energy. Are we still on, Michael?
We are. It looks like snow falling,
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
there's a heart.
Yep. It's snowing, and there's a heart right there. That's just beautiful, and you can see the red to the right, and then purple to the left. The outline. It's just gorgeous. That was her giving me a heart. And she loves those little fat hearts like my mother. She's extremely psychic too. One day she's going to come on one of the shows with me because she loves to talk about this stuff. But Brooke also left her a fat heart like this on her shower window because she was really mad at her. My mom was. Brooke, how could you do this to your mother? This is awful. This is heartbreaking. So, and she's in the shower yelling at her. And then she sees this heart, this fat heart. She goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, Brooke. I didn't mean to yell. I didn't mean to be upset with you. God dang it." Oh, so yeah.
I love being human.
Yeah, I know, right? It's just how it is. All right. So here's another picture. Same day. Beautiful energy. Oh, heaven. Really. You could just feel how powerful this energy is.
You know, I don't mean to interrupt, but I just wanted to share when you pulled this up, a few people know about that doctors found behind the heart is a violet flame that they can see and they don't know what it does or what it's there for. And some doctors have documented it, and others are like, no, that was a myth. But when I looked at this, the energy behind the bright light,
Yeah.
that's what I was seeing is the violet flame behind the heart.
Yeah. This magenta is the purest love that you could ever feel. And let me tell you, when I was taking these pictures, I was feeling so much love that my heart just wanted to burst. I was in the deepest grieving state, but yet my heart wanted to burst with so much love I couldn't even stand it. And so these pictures show you that. This is the ultimate love. It's bliss, ultimate bliss. You can't take any drug. You can't this tops everything. You, the feeling you get. When you connect, it's the best feeling you'll ever have in your life. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it has wings, and is that the moon?
No, there's no moon right there. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. All right, I'm gonna.
Wow.
Okay, so here we go with these are new pictures. These are beings that I've been connecting with. And if you notice, they love to sit in the trees. And I say sit in the trees because you could see the pine needles are actually, kind of like hugging them. And you could see how the beings are inside of these spheres or uh, these orbs, let's just say. And these are definitely a new shape that just started coming. I've been taking spirit pictures for well over what? Well over 20 years, probably more. And I've never captured the actual shapes of these like this. It's awesome. It's just awesome. But I told him, I said, listen, I need to be able to see what's inside you. I know there's beings in here. Can you show me who you are? Show me yourself. And this started happening. And you could totally see it. Can you see that, Michael?
I do, and what's interesting is you have your family there. And to me, when I first looked at this, I was thinking they're showing you their family. You
Yeah.
have the two heads and then the three kids
Ah,
on the bottom, it looks like.
yeah. So that's pretty interesting that you even touched on that because I'm not kidding you. I've been involved in the spirit realm and the ET realm for years, right? And I've never once had any of them come and tell me that I'm a mother to a hybrid children, and that's what I've been shown. And I don't. It's neat when I get to see, and experience them. But what you just said, I didn't even think of. But I have been feeling them and seeing them, and yeah. So that was very intuitive of you, Michael. I haven't told anybody that. I don't even think I've told Corey.
I had my moments.
Oh my goodness. Okay. On to the next. So this is just another beautiful energy. And look at the coloring. The coloring really shows you the vibration. And these are just beautiful colors with beings inside. And I'm just going to go ahead and just start flipping through so we don't have to worry about, taking time. All right, so here it is. And this is the entire picture. I did not touch this up. I did not do anything to it. It is completely as it is. And you could see all these colors. And I asked them, I said, show me what I need to see so I can share it. Because what I hear all the time when I go outside is share, share. But I'm going to tell you, the trick to this is you go outside and you shine just like a Care Bear, Michael. Totally reminds me. I loved Care Bears. Just as the Care Bear does, he opens his heart. And that's exactly what I do. I'll take my hands and I'll open my heart and I'll just start feeling all this love. And let me tell you, when I start connecting to them, I feel that blissed out love. And I just start crying because I'm so grateful. These are grateful tears, and it's just so beautiful to feel this. So when I go outside, I get that. I get that feeling all the time. So it's awesome. So if I'm feeling like down, I'll go outside and I'll take pictures and they'll lift me right back up. And it's just so awesome. And so this is a picture I took recently. And this is really neat because I've been taking day pictures. And what you see here is not smoke from the fire. This is my outside hot tub, and it's not even on. And the chimney on the house is pretty far back. What you see is plasma energy coming in. But you see these beautiful orbs, these energies. And they're just right there during the day saying hello. We're right here. Isn't that so cool?
That is really cool.
And you'll see on the right, one of them sitting inside the tree. And they do this because I always ask them to step it up. Like, hey, if you want me to show this to the world, I'm a very shy person, I don't like to do this. I'm getting used to it now, and especially with you. But I have to do this now. I promised. I have to share. So I say, okay, you give me the content and I'll share it. No problem. And that's what they do. So here's more of the orbs, and that one's sitting in the tree, showing that it is like physical, like it has this density to it to be able to sit in the tree like that.
It is incredible.
Yeah. And here's another one sitting in the tree. Here's some more day energies, beautiful day energies, just right outside, saying hello. And these are huge. Okay. There's the dome to the left that we have, and these orbs are huge. And look at how many there are. They're everywhere. I mean, I just started bawling, just going, oh my gosh, you guys are really coming. You guys are stepping it up. Fine, I'm going to share. I'm going to do this. And that's why it was important for me to share the pictures tonight.
Well, and what I find kind of amusing is, as so many of them are in the trees, it looks like there's one sitting on the top of the chair.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, y'all have the tree. I'm taking the comfortable chair.
And here's some more. And do you see how they're coming through with beings inside now? So it's really nice that they're showing up like that for me. Well, for the world to see. It's not for me, it's for the world to see. And these orange orbs. So the oranges started coming because I kept saying, okay, guys, I've seen the orange ship. I want to connect. I want to connect. If you give me the orange, I'll know exactly who I'm connecting because I've met you before. So these are the beings that I've connected with, and they show up orange, letting me know it's them.
And what's interesting is they're side by side, where the others are
Yeah.
spaced out.
Yeah, it's really quite cool. And I haven't even tapped in to find out why, because I'm sure there's a reason for it. And I asked them, please show me colors. I want to see more colors. And look at all the colors they have right here in this picture. It's just beautiful. So many. And I love it when they move and we get to actually see their movement. But yeah, it's not raining, it's not snowing. This is just them.
Well, and what's interesting is they make it so thick with them, you
Yeah.
can't even see the trees behind them.
Isn't that just crazy? Well, this particular night when I went out, I felt overwhelmed, to be honest with you, because there's so many beings. And at one point I opened up and all I heard was just so many voices. And I was like, okay, wait, no. I don't want that. I'm going to just go within and I'm just going to feel. And I just started feeling the love, feeling this bliss, feeling this love, and just saying, I love you. I love you. And then you're going to see what happens next when I start saying, I love you. Well, I guess this is the next. Sorry. This is just another beautiful orb that I took out during the day, moving through with that magenta light. And this, and there's two eyes in there. So, yeah, this is just gorgeous. During the day, I go out and I just start saying, I love you, and just snapping pictures. And this is also during the day of the front of the house. And look at how ginormous that orb is to the left. Just huge. And you can see how big they are too. So it kind of gives you an idea of how big these things are.
Yeah, it looks to be the size of the windows.
It's huge. It's huge. And this is the dome, and right next to the dome, this is our healing dome. And boom, right there, saying hello. We're here. Another high vibrational picture with beautiful colors, letting you know how high the vibration really is. And it's just gorgeous. It feels like you could just look at this picture and just get healing, And this is it again. And now I think you're going to start seeing the hearts show up. Almost. This just like, it wasn't a flare on, it wasn't anything on the camera. I will always make sure to wipe the camera, the lens. Um, this just shows up.
Well, and what's interesting is on that previous photo, what is going on with the gutter?
Oh,
It
yeah.
looks like there's red light coming off of it.
That's actually because we haven't cleaned it. Yeah. That's actually
Oh,
pine needle. Yeah.
oh,
I
okay.
and I did not tell Corey to get up there. I can't stand heights. Oh my goodness. So, yeah, we just need to clean the gutter. Darn it.
Oh, that's okay. To me, it looked like a red light, and I was like, that was what drew my attention.
And this is one of the tall ones. You see how elongated the head is in the picture, in the orb? And here we go some more. Boom ski. They're just everywhere, and they want to make their presence known. They want to be seen. They want to be shared.
You know, what's interesting about these are they're all attached to the trees.
A lot of them are, yeah. And I feel like you could see a lot more definition sometimes when they are next to the trees. But yeah, they're all connected. I go outside and talk to those trees all the time.
I
This is,
wonder if they live in the trees.
I don't know if they live in the trees, but this is a beautiful picture with all the lights. Now, isn't this just awesome how many lights there are? When I said, please show me lights, they did not disappoint here. I mean,
No,
holy smokes. I've never taken a picture like this with this many lights. Yeah,
to me, when I think of Christmas, this is what I
yeah,
think of.
yeah, yeah. It's just awesome. I mean, so when you ask, they listen. That's why I stream YouTube live um, of the mountain every night and sometimes during the day because a lot of people they want to be here and they don't get a chance to come here and I really want them to feel the energy of Mount Shasta. Um, and I also like for them to, ask the beings that they see, they can communicate with them. And that's what I do. So, you know, they don't have to be here to communicate with them and to experience their energy. So it's pretty awesome. And here's another one, all the beautiful colors. There's my heart. Pretty soon
Oh, yeah.
you're going to see a lot of the hearts coming. And this is the night that I just said, I love you. Oh my gosh. And I'm just crying. And then all of them show up with hearts. Like it's wild. Like, look at this. Look at this. Hearts. Just hearts. And
Yeah. And I'm just laughing the little one and the big one in the middle because I've been eating apples lately. It looks like I split an apple in half, and
oh, yeah, 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 yeah. And these are different pictures, but with hearts.
I can definitely see why the land calls to you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. This, oh, yeah. I work on this land every day and I communicate with these beings every day. And, I've been here since 2018. So it's like taken years for me to cultivate these relationships. So they help me with healings, they help me with my life. They do so much and they're here to support humanity. It's very important to share this. Isn't this beautiful? Ugh, the hearts. And there it is, full screen. Just so awesome. You just can't make this up. It's just wild. It makes me want to share. Like, how could I keep this to myself?
It just makes you speechless at times seeing all of this.
Yeah. Yeah. I really feel a calling to other people that take these pictures like me because they have to be so kind. Like, seriously, you have to be really in your heart space to be able to really call these beings in like this. That's how I feel, at least, because uh, I just don't see how I could be in a bad mood and go out there and, or I don't know, a rotten person or something. You know what I mean? You really have to have that love in your heart to be able to get this stuff. And there's the orange, beautiful orange with all the hearts too. I know we're getting close to. Do you see how the patterning? I love it when they do the patterning. I asked them to do the patterning too. Do you see that?
Where there's 2s and 3s and 2s and circles almost.
Oh, it's awesome. I'm just going to flip through these pretty fast because yeah, that's when they started staring at me. Like, I just felt like everybody was around me and they were all staring at me very super close. Now, usually they pretty much keep their distance. I think somebody asked me about this too, but I felt like they were all just really close to me and I was starting to feel overwhelmed. And I'm like, what do I even do with this? Like, okay, just one. And that's when I just stepped in my heart space and said, okay, I'm going to live from here. I'm just going to be in here and I'm just going to focus on that. I'm not going to focus on all the faces at me. Because, it's like an audience. It's like you have an audience. And you could see the faces in here. You could totally like feel the faces, Yeah. See that? You can even see the noses. Like, some of them have noses.
Yeah, they're definitely making themselves known now.
Yeah. And this is a tall white. So you can see the 2, and then you could see another being inside of it on the left. You see that?
Right. I do. I was just going to point that out.
Yeah. And I have no fear. I've talked to so many beings that don't look like me. I mean, they really just don't. And I'm totally okay with it. It took me a long time to get to be okay with it. But now I'm just like, hey. And this was awesome. Look at that color, like all around. Talk about high vibrational. Golly. I enhanced this picture, but it just blew up the colors. It's just awesome. And so this is a picture that I took at one point a couple years ago. I was like, should I still do CE5s? Do you still want me to do CE5s? I know I made a promise. And I took a picture and said, show me a sign. Take a picture. Boom. Right in front of the front deck. I said, okay, fine. I won't stop. And I haven't. So this is something that, what time is it, Michael?
We are at an hour and 23 minutes into the show.
Okay. I'll just wrap this up. I think we've already, this is Antharis. This is an actual dragon that came through in the plasma that I took a picture of. Couldn't believe it. I was so happy. I didn't even know dragons were a thing. I really didn't. I always like to say, I really do believe in what others share. That's their reality, and I honor that. But I had personally never experienced any kind of dragon energy in my life. And I didn't really know much about them until Antharis came through in a session that Corey and I did for a client. And it just like came up behind me and said, I am Antharis. And I said, Corey, he says his name is Antharis. And sure enough, you look him up and he's in books. And I had no idea. So here he is showing me. And I asked him to come in to my vortex that I create every single day. I do an invocation. And it's a Christ-like vortex that protects this land and all the beings on it. And I ask him to bring in the fun, the joy, and the adventure in all we do here. And that's what he does. So he was saying, I hear you. I'm doing it.
Do you notice the phoenix in that photo too?
No.
At the top, see where the gutter goes into the downspout?
Mm-hmm.
To the left, where the going towards the trees, right there is to me what looks like a plane, which I would associate like with the phoenix.
That's awesome because I keep getting that in my sessions, my readings. Be the phoenix that rises through the ashes, Jamie. And I say, okay. So you were
And
meant
I
to.
think there's a dragon at the bottom of the cloud too.
Oh, wow. I can't see that now. That's awesome. And this is Ezekiel. I'm not kidding. You see the man's face right inside this orb. It's wild. And I didn't even know. I took this picture and he didn't even make his presence known until 2 years later, if that. I mean, probably 2 or 3 years later. I was just sitting on the front lawn watching my chickens and graze, and I hear, hello, I am Ezekiel, right in my head, like right in my ears, as if he's right next to me. And I'm like, whoa, such a beautiful voice. So this is Ezekiel all the time. But when I have a client that really needs something and he feels that, he can help, he'll just show up and I'll say, oh, okay, Ezekiel's here. All right. And this is the ET being. Did we talk about him before, Mike? This little being. I say him. He's really not androgynous, but do you? I'm
We
just.
haven't talked about him, but you sent me the photo, and I believe we put it on the thumbnail.
Yeah. So these are just beings that I call them the watchers. They watch me. And this little being Brooke saw in the laundry room here, and I've captured this being quite a few times on camera, but I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him for a while. He's right here in the tree.
Maybe he was watching out for Brooke.
He's not. He it it um it doesn't feel terrible, but when I first saw the picture, when I first came in and saw the picture, I can't say I wasn't freaked out. I was freaked out because we have such a belief of ETs, right? The grays. And to me that really looked like gray. But I know now that he's just watching. It's just
Yeah.
watching,
I
connecting
didn't
to.
mean in a bad way. I meant like watching as in like watching her, knowing something was going to happen. So he was like being there for her.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't way. I totally knew what you meant. Yeah, it's
Okay.
true. Yeah. And this is Roku. I can't pronounce his name, so I call him Roku. And he came to me right when I first moved here. I go outside on the deck and he comes right up in the plasma energy, and I snap this photo and I can't believe it because he's this beautiful Native American shaman man. So I work with him and he helps me heal my chickens and my animals. I love animals, so he really helps me in that department. It's pretty awesome. And that's it. We did it, Michael. We went through 76 photos, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I think that's a record.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. I'm going to take this off. Can I take this off? I wonder.
Um, yeah.
Or, there we go. Now I can see you. Hi. Well, it's
Hi.
probably like that because the pictures were right there and it just made me feel everything. So that's what was needed.
No, thank you for sharing that. And we have a minute left. Is there anything you want to promote or share that's coming up for you?
The only thing I could say is if you've lost a loved one and you need help connecting to them, I can teach you how to do it. And one of the big things that I did after Brooke left the earth is I had her friends come over and they would um, go into hypnosis and they got to touch her. They got to see her. They got to hear.
Uh, Hopefully, we'll get her back on in a second so she can finish her thought. Gotta love the solar flares going off right now. She should be popping back in. we'll see. If not, then we will end it here. And thank you to everyone in the chat room for participating and watching. And thank you to everyone who's watching and for your continued support. I do appreciate all the comments that are given, and I do try to respond as soon as I see them. So do forgive me if some time passes in between your comment and my response. But please like, follow, and subscribe because you never know when Jamie will be popping back on, figuratively tonight or back on the show another time. So thank you all and blessings to you all. And have a wonderful night. And we will see you all on the next episode. And let's see if I can make this work. Or if it'll make me reset. Here we go.